Look, at Hardee's, we think that if you're hungry and you have $5, you deserve a satisfying meal. Like one of our new $5 All-Star meals, loaded with American classics like a charbroiled double cheeseburger, hot dog, fries, drink, even a warm cookie. But hey, if that's not your thing, you can always break out your degree in menu engineering, piece something together from the other guy's value menu. Or just swing by Hardee's and get yourself a real meal. The $5 All-Star meals. There's no better way to spend $5. Price of participation may vary. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Tax not included.
Panera now delivers, so you can order good, clean food right to your office, or door, or porch, or backyard, or front yard, or apartment, or dorm, or castle, or shop, or worksite, or wherever. For lunch, dinner, and everywhere in between. Click the banner to order or visit PaneraBread.com. Participating locations only. Panera. Food as it should be.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
Most writers and radio show hosts know that to connect with your fans, you need to do more than just write books or record the latest podcasts. There are many different elements that go into forming an online platform, but there are also many hidden traps. To make matters worse, solid advice on how to survive the muddy waters is scarce. In the book Hidden Traps, I talk about some of the important issues of working with an online platform, highlighting traps that could put physical or internet security at risk, or be harmful to your reputation. Are your social media posts just links with a few disjointed words, making you look like someone who can't complete a sentence? Did your new website cost you more than you anticipated? Are you leaking your personal contact details across the web without even knowing it? Then you need Hidden Traps. Hidden Traps is now available in paperback and ebook from a variety of retailers, including Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kobo. Visit blackwolfpublications.com for more details.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-553-8687. That's 800-553-8687. Again, 800-553-8687.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq, Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. you'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now, 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Sometimes writers feel lost, unsure why. It takes another set of eyes to help us know writing. Black Wolf Editorial Service, we strive to offer script critique and line edits through a mentorial style. We also offer assistance for your Black Wolf, nurturing and intimate. For a full list of services, blackwolf.com.
You're listening to the Spark Radio Network, internet radio like you've never heard before. Innovation, creativity, and imagination are all said to begin with a spark. So fasten your seatbelt and take the ride of your life and listen for the spark.
Hello, America. This is Rick Robinson. We're about 60 seconds away from the beginning of the America Off the Rails show. Sorry, I'm talking so fast I'm tripping over my own tongue here. All right, so I actually wasn't planning on talking about this tonight. I had a show that I had planned on taking in a very different direction. However, something kind of got placed on my heart within about the last hour or so. So we're going to... I've talked about it. We've kind of danced around it, but we've not really delved into it. So... other than a bit of levity towards the end, because we do have a new parody that'll be being played from our very own beloved Third Rail Ramblers. We're going to do that towards the end of the show. For most of the night, we're going to be talking about the situation with Judge Moore and Roy Moore and why it is that this is concerning. And it isn't about your opinion or my opinion of Moore that I'm the most concerned. It's the media's reaction to Moore. And we're going to talk about that and a lot of other things. I almost said more, but that's saying that a little too much. So we're going to talk about that and a few other things. When we come back, we're going to have the official start of the show here in just about 60 seconds. Stay tuned. Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
Keep on doing what you do, Rick. You're my favorite host. Favorite host.
You know this freedom is anything but free. What we have here depends on those who will fight for what they believe. When we stand together, there's nothing that we can't achieve. This nation of people standing as one in the name of liberty.
Hello, America. Welcome to the program. I am Rick Robinson. We're coming to you live right now from KLRNradio.com, where liberty and reason still reign. We do this thing every Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern, right here live. And you can catch the show elsewhere on a replay, on Memorex, on stream. It's all over. So we are also available on AMFM247.com Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're available on the Lanterns Radio Network every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. Also, when it resumes, we'll be available on the Talk America Radio Network, the Liberty Channel, every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern. And, of course, we're available on crndigitaltalk.com every Saturday and Sunday, 10 p.m., 9 Central, 7 Pacific, and available on several podcasting sites. So many, there's too many to mention, so we're just going to give you the highlight reel. That's going to be iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, FM Player, Google Play Music, Pocket Cast, Blueberry, and I'm pretty sure I already said iHeart, but they're kind of important, so it's okay if we say them twice. Now, we're going to get started with the show officially here in just a second. We've had the intro. Now we've got about a minute or so for me to do a monologue. I want to open the show tonight, for those of you that are just tuning in. We're going to be talking Roy Moore. And it bugs me that we're having to talk about it, because it seems like it's the same thing everybody else is talking about. But they're not talking about it in the same way that you and I are about to talk about it, because there are things that are going on about this that concern me. But before we get the first official commercial out of the way, I want to get something else out of the way first. I want you to understand that what I'm about to tell you and what we're about to talk about doesn't mean that I necessarily believe Roy Moore when he says he didn't do these things. But here's the thing. As someone who is just a pundit, as somebody who basically watches the news and then talks to you about it, you know, it doesn't really matter what my opinion is. It really doesn't matter what your opinion is. But what's starting to concern me is the media's reaction to these things. Now, you can form your own opinions. This is one of the things that I've always said. I'm not one of these folks, well, we need to, before we form an opinion, we need to understand that this may not be... Look, we all know he's innocent until proven guilty, but you could still have a gut reaction. And for everybody that's talking about, well, we need to hold back on this, Rick, because he may be innocent and we don't know what's going on. Did you say the same thing when the accusers came out for Bill Clinton? Did you say the same thing most recently when people started coming out against Harvey Weinstein? Did you say anything like that when accusers came out about Spacey? But Rick, it's different, because Spacey basically said that he was drunk, so he probably doesn't remember whether he did those things or not. Well, that's basically what Roy Moore said just the other day, isn't it? You know, that's not something that sounds like it's within my character or my normal behavior, but anytime I was with anyone, I always got their parents' permission. Now, I could be wrong. It's not a direct quote, but I remember hearing those words. So you tell me, doesn't that sound at least a little bit like what Kevin Spacey? Why was it okay for Spacey? For all you guys that have been screaming about Moore all week and how we can't rush to judgment and we gotta wait till we know the truth, that he's innocent until proven guilty, and then something comes out about George Takei and everybody goes nuts. See, I'm not telling you that it's not okay to rush to judgment, but what we're going to talk about is the media's reaction, and a group called Media Matters that is basically using this Roy Moore situation to try to dismantle people. I'm actually going to be coming to the defense of Sean Hannity tonight, which may make some of you a little nauseous, because you know he and I don't usually get along. We've been on opposite sides of things pretty much since he went all in for Trump and I didn't. But this is a time when I have to say that I think he's being unfairly targeted. I have a piece of audio we'll be playing when we get back that will explain that and why I feel that way. But this is America Off the Rails. I am your host, Rick Robinson. We're long for the first segment because, yeah, I was talking a lot. We'll be back here in about 60 seconds. Don't go away.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your healthcare? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their healthcare. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is
used. You have the freedom to direct your healthcare, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty HealthShare and take back the control of your healthcare while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff.
All right, folks, welcome back. And a bit of a programming note that I realized I didn't open with on the show. We had planned on having Del Bellis, the executive director of Liberty HealthShare, with us on next Tuesday. Unfortunately, due to actually, he has a funeral he has to attend. So we have pushed that interview back to Thursday, November 30th. So that gives you guys, for those of you, because I know we had a lot of reaction from him in the chat last time, and I've been getting some emails from folks with some questions. That gives you even more time to get your questions in. This will be one of the last interviews that we do, probably before open enrollment starts closing for folks. Now, as you may know, with Liberty HealthShare, there really is no open enrollment, but that's still, it only gives you a few more days to try to make a decision as to whether Liberty HealthShare is going to be right for you. So if you have any questions that have not been addressed in any previous interviews, make sure you shoot me an email at rick@klrmradio.com. Thanks to about 6 or 7 people, we've got a whole stack forming up, but I want to get as many of them for him as we can. Because the interest in the program seems to be growing based on the fact that Obamacare has gone nuts. Now, before we get into more, only because, Obamacare has gone nuts, I was really pleased today to see the Senate pick up something, and basically, they're trying to do the whole tax reform thing, and they're adding language in to kill the mandate. This was a promise the Republicans made to us for 7 years, that they were going to find a way to do something about Obamacare. One of the biggest ways that they can do something about Obamacare, even if they can't get rid of the framework, is to kill the mandate. It would have been the easiest slam dunk for them to do from the beginning, is just, hey, let's just, while we're arguing about how we're going to do everything else, why don't we just put together this one-page bill that kills the mandate? Could have done that probably day one. Now, I'm disappointed that the Republicans didn't come in with this whole big plan, since they've had 7 years to plan for it. They're telling us, give us the House, we'll do this. Give us the Senate with the House, we'll do it. Then they got all three, and they're like, yeah, still can't do it. So I was granted, it was Rand Paul, so no big surprise. But I was really glad to see that the Senate actually is apparently going to try to do something about this mandate. Because no matter what anyone else tells you, and I know the Supreme Court disagrees with me, but for once they were wrong, this was unconstitutional. I'm just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and start delving into the thing with me. So, I'd warned you up front, for those of you that don't like Sean Hannity, you might want to grab some duct tape, maybe come back and listen tomorrow if you can't hang in. That's fine. I get it. I don't really much like Sean on a personal level anymore either, because I didn't like some of the directions that he took during the Trump campaign. But one thing that I actually will give him props on is last Friday he had Roy Moore on his show, and he gave him a chance to give his opinion. Everybody, and actually tried to defend himself. Now, everybody was up in arms about this, and unfortunately I kind of got caught up in the middle of it too, because I wasn't really home, so I wasn't paying attention, and I started seeing all this stuff about Sean Hannity supposedly excusing him, saying, well, it was consensual, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, none of that was actually true, so I felt like a moron when I woke up Saturday morning and realized that he never actually even said anything remotely like that. But hey, that's what happens when you just start retweeting people on social media. But anyway, so back to Sean Hannity. So after the interview on Friday, he put this out. And this was basically a call out to Moore to give him 24 hours to clean it up, come back with some actual answers, and he's still catching crap for it. I want you guys to hear this, maybe.
Tonight, between this interview that I did and the inconsistent answers, between him saying, I never knew this girl, and then that yearbook comes out. For me, the judge has 24 hours. You must immediately and fully come up with a satisfactory explanation for your inconsistencies that I just showed. You must remove any doubt. If you can't do this, then Judge Moore needs to get out of this race. This country has way too many issues and problems. The American people deserve 100% truth and honesty. We need...
All right, so we played this audio on Jen and Rick last night. I decided to go ahead and cut it shorter, so we only played about the first half of it. It ran for about a minute last night. But, the reason I wanted to highlight that portion of it is because you can see that after having him on the show, Sean Hannity, Roy Moore put some doubts in Sean Hannity's mind. Now everybody else is like, well, he's only doing this because people started reaching out to his sponsors and they were protesting the fact that he had him on the show, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. The one thing that I do know about Sean Hannity, and this is going to be where some people are going to give me some crap, the dude doesn't really care about his sponsors. He does this for the same reason that I do this. I may not agree with him, but I know he believes the things that he talks about, and I know he believes in the things that he talks about. Now, I may get mad at him and occasionally come at him on social media because I think he says something completely off the wall. And if I was on the same level with him, I'm sure he'd probably do the same thing with me. I don't have an issue with that. We have the right to disagree. We have the ability in this country to disagree. We are never always going to be on the same page. But I don't ever doubt Sean Hannity's sincerity. Even when he went all in for Trump, I thought in his mind he was doing it for the right reason. I didn't think he was doing the right thing at the time, but I thought he was doing it in his mind for the right reasons. He was doing what he thought was best for the country. He's doing that again. But now he's being attacked again by this group called Media Matters that has basically put together this hit squad that goes after anyone with conservative leanings as soon as they do anything that they feel like they can attack. This is now the 5th time that a group like this has come at him. And all he's saying at this point is, look, I don't know whether he did these things or not, but I know after talking to him, he has put questions in my mind that he needs to find a way to put those questions to rest, or he needs to leave the race. He's saying what all of us have been saying, but some of us have been consistent about it because we've been taught. We've called out Moore. I've called out Weinstein. I called out Takei. I've called out Spacey. All the way back to Bill Clinton, man. Anytime anything like this came out, I've always sided with the people that were saying these things only because, yes, they are innocent until proven guilty, but these people deserve a voice too. Now, the thing that scares me, and I have another bit of audio that I'm going to play. Hopefully I can get to it without being too long on this segment. No, I think we're going to have to hold it till after the break. So I have some other audio, and this is from a different perspective. Because again, Sean Hannity's a pundit. He's like me. He's allowed to give you his opinion. He's allowed to tell you what he thinks, and without it necessarily supposed to be really shaping your opinion. My job is not to basically to give you my opinion and have you molded into your own. My job is to give you my opinion so that you can form your own. That's what I try to do. That's as far as I know. That's what folks like Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, and the rest of us all try to do. It's not trying to spoon feed you information. It's not trying to shove things down your throat. It's giving you our perspective so that you can form your own points of view. So when we come back, why this is becoming such a dangerous thing? Because now the media is basically saying that somebody like Moore shouldn't be given a platform to be able to defend himself. Why is that such a bad thing, though? We'll talk about that and why I think in some ways it's gone a little too far after this break. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Back in about 3 minutes. Don't go away.
And now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your...
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
All right, welcome back, folks. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. So far, we've been talking about more and why and again, I'm not telling you guys not to form your own. Now, I will say, if you're not in Alabama, really, your opinion isn't really going to amount to a hill of beans, but you are still entitled to your own opinion, and I'm not telling you not to formulate one. If you want to be one of these guys that says, in Moore's case, I'm going to wait until we have all the facts before I form an opinion or before I call them out, you know what? That's up to you. But all I'm going to say is, if you didn't do that before, when it was somebody on the left that was being accused of the very same thing, then you might want to rethink your position. Now, again, if this has made you stop and think, and, maybe I need to wait for the facts, then I'm not necessarily saying that I want you to adjust that part of the process for your thinking. I want you to understand that if this, because it's somebody that you can relate to or somebody that's on your side of the argument, has made you think, well, maybe we should stop and quit rushing to judgment before we start tarring and feathering somebody in the media, then maybe you should do that when it's the folks on the other side too. And that goes for everybody. I mean, at least, I may be hypocritical, but at least I'm consistently hypocritical. I will rush to judgment with the best of them. I'm not even going to lie. As soon as something like that comes out, because, and again, it's part of what I used to do for a living. I am a cynic by nature. I don't trust people because I spent years seeing the worst of people all day, day in, day out. So it colors your perspective and your opinion. So when something bad comes out about somebody, I'll be the first one to believe it because I've seen it time in, time out. So that's why I'm the first one that says, you know what, this is just my opinion. I don't know if he's innocent. I don't know if he's guilty, but I will tell you, and it's the same thing I said on social media the day that it broke. If this is true, first of all, if I lived in Alabama, I wouldn't vote for him. If this is true, as far as I'm concerned, he needs to be hung in the public square. Not pulling any punches with it. One of the things that we need to start doing is making sure that monsters, and I'm sorry, somebody that touches a child is a monster, is dealt with in a public manner so that the people that have the same thoughts as they do realize that if they get caught, something terrible and terrifying is going to happen to them. Not these little stays in Club Med with padded rooms and mani-pedis and massage therapy and everything else. They need to understand that they are going to die painfully and they're going to die in public. If that makes me a monster as well, that's fine. Sometimes you need monsters to take care of monsters, and I signed up for that role a long time ago. Now, one of the things that is concerning to me about this whole Roy Moore situation, and I get it, he's running for public office, so that makes things a little bit different. But when you have the sitting Attorney General of the United States decide to weigh in with his opinion, that I have a problem with, because he is the top cop in the United States of America, and he's giving his opinion on this, and I don't agree with that, because somebody in a position inside a public office should not get in the middle of this. And I get it, maybe it's different as far as he's concerned because it's his old seat, yada, 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 but I have some audio from that as well. I'm going to let you guys listen to that.
I took the liberty of reviewing federal crimes against children, particularly those dealing with sexual or physical abuse. As you well know, Lee Kaufman, Wendy Miller, Debbie Watson Gibson, Gloria Thacker Deason, and Beverly Young Nelson, these young women, have accused this individual, Judge Moore, who is running for a federal office, the United States Senate, of child sexual activity. Do you believe these young women?
I have no reason to doubt these young women.
And with that in mind, if you believe these young women, do you believe Judge Moore should be seated in the Senate if he wins? And would you introduce investigations by the DOJ regarding his actions?
We will evaluate every case as to whether or not it should be investigated. This kind of case would normally be a state case. I would say, Representative Jackson Lee, that the ethics people at the Department of Justice, and I've talked to them about that when this campaign started. It's the seat I used to hold. They advised me that the Attorney General should not be involved in this campaign. I have friends in the campaign.
Thank you, Mr. General.
I have steadfastly adhered
I want to make sure that if he comes to the United States Senate,
I think I should continue to do so.
If he comes to the United
But you didn't. You just said you were told you shouldn't be in the middle of this and you should have nothing to do with it, but you gave your opinion about it in a Senate hearing. So you did the exact opposite of everything that everybody's talked to you about. I don't understand this. This part of it I don't get. You know, those of us that are in the public, day-to-day people, pundits, yada, 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 you know what? That we get paid to give people our opinion. This guy is the top law enforcement officer in the country, and he should, well, I have no reason to doubt these women. Okay? Well, maybe you don't, but here's the reason why this is scary. And then we're going to run probably about a minute or so long on this segment, and we're going to take the bottom of the hour break. But here's the reason why this is scary. Anybody can level these type of accusations. I know people that have gone through it that were innocent of it, had nothing had ever happened. But because those accusations were leveled, their lives were forever changed. This is why this is important. This is why this stuff matters. This is why innocent until proven guilty matters when it comes to the perspective of law enforcement, court systems, and even in some cases, the media. Now, I'm not talking about, like I said, opinion guys like you and me. If Roy Moore wants to come on this show and plead his case, he has an open door anytime he wants to try to explain to the American people that he didn't do the things that he's been accused of and why we should believe him. I'm not telling him he doesn't have the ability to defend himself from his accusers. I would never do that. I don't care who they are. But the fact that we now have Sheila Jackson Lee sitting up here asking if Roy Moore is elected, if there's going to be an investigation headed by the Attorney General, who used to be the person that actually held that seat, and that sitting Attorney General says, well, I have no reason to not believe these women. Because now he's opened himself up, because now he doesn't have a choice. If Roy Moore is elected, then now he will not have a choice but to put an investigation in play, because he specifically told the world, I believe these women. I don't have any reason to doubt them. This is why he was told to shut his pie hole, and he didn't do it. This is why this is dangerous, because anyone can say these things. And again, I know this from experience, from people that I know, that I know personally, that I have been around my entire life, who have never done anything like what this man is being accused of, but they were accused of something very similar during a very bad situation, because that person was the person that was actually doing the assaulting was grooming this person to be assaulted, and he forced her to accuse every other man in her life at the time of doing these. And it, no matter what happens with it, no matter how it happens, it leaves a black mark on your, basically on your life. That's why this stuff matters. That's why it's important. That's why Jeff Sessions never should have said what he just said in a Senate hearing. Because now if Roy Moore wins the election, he's not going to have a choice but to start an investigation. And it's going to turn that man's life upside down for what may be nothing more than allegations. And I get it. Like I said, if he did these things, whether it was 40 years ago, 60 years ago, 90 years ago, he deserves to be hung in the public square. But the sitting Attorney General of the United States should have never given his opinion. And that should have been the first thing he said. As someone who is considered the top law enforcement agent in this country, I cannot give you my opinion in this matter. Because it's just that. It's an opinion. And that should have been what he said. At least from my perspective. You may disagree with me. All right, so when we come back, you know what, I don't know, I've got at least one more segment where we're probably going to talk about this just a little bit more, and then I want to make sure that I do get the most recent parody from the Third Rail Ramblers in. So we'll be right back. We've got to take this next commercial break. We're well past the bottom of the hour at this point. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Back before you know it. Stay tuned.
You're acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces.
Everyone loves liberty. Our rights come from God, not the government. So why are you letting other people tell you what's best for your health care? Exercise your freedom with Liberty Health Share. Liberty Health Share is a community of people who voluntarily share one another's medical costs. Liberty Health Share is founded on the idea that most people truly want to help one another. Healthcare sharing allows members to do just that as a true community that supports one another in times of need. Liberty believes people should make decisions for themselves and their families. Members are able to take back the freedom to make their own decisions about their health care. Freedom from guilt or doubt about how your money is used. You have the freedom to direct your health care, not to be dictated to by bureaucrats. Stop letting others tell you what to do and join a community of like-minded people. Exercise your freedom. Join Liberty Health Share and take back the control of your health care while helping those around you. Call Liberty at 855-58-LIBERTY. Again, that's 855-58-LIBERTY for more information, or you can check them out at libertyhealthshare.org. Again, that's libertyhealthshare.org.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
All right, folks, welcome back. Well, we're calling a bit of an audible because I just had a bit of somewhat breaking news come across. So we're going to change tactics here, change gears here for just a second. Now, while we're doing that, first thing we're going to do, because I promised I was going to do this, and I'm not sure how long this next story is going to take. So we have a new parody from the Third Rail Ramblers, and I'm going to cue that up right now while I'm talking, and as soon as it starts playing, I will shut up. Give me just 1 second while we start working on trying to get that done. Because now, of course, it's not cooperating with me. Go figure. Alright, 1 second. Technical difficulties. Yay for live radio. Live radio is so much fun for technical difficulties. Here we go.
When the bombs fall down, he'll be hunkered down. That income ceiling ain't got no floor. Let the peasants burn in queue. Had an uncle at large and a brother to track. Got a knifing for two, straight in the back. Won't be dethroned by some foreign coup. Was just a family fight. See the ruling right to the Kim Jong-un. He will shoot those misses only, 'cause deep inside he's just so ornery. He's lacking self-esteem with the psychotic regime. That's our Kim Jong-un. I would like to discover, maybe that's just me, how many died so he could eat caviar. It flows to his people's doom, compelling peasants to cheer while starving inside. Or how many times that he's tried to blow us apart, refining yellow cake with his hair high and tied. That boy just ain't right, our little Kim Jong-un. He will shoot those misses only, 'cause deep inside he's just so ornery. He's lacking self-esteem with the psychotic regime. That's our Kim Jong-un. Soapbox stood on as we rethink. Appeasement took us headlong to the brink. A nuclear enemy, so willing to upend. If I can be forthright, he's a global blight. That's our Kim Jong-un. He will shoot those misses only, 'cause deep inside he's just so ornery. He's lacking self-esteem with the psychotic regime. That's our Kim Jong-un. Nation's hope for peace rest on the chubby cheeks of the Kim Jong-un. He's lacking self-esteem with the psychotic regime. That's our Kim Jong-un.
All right, folks, we're up against a break. We'll be back in about 2 minutes to move on to this piece of news that just came across my feed while we were on that last commercial break. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Be right back.
You bring your sticks, I'll bring gauges.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
You're out here acting so tough, and now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the street.
All right, folks, welcome back. I cannot believe what I'm about to read you, but I just actually saw this come across. It looks like it's been active for a bit today, but day job was nuts, so I wasn't able to keep up much. Let's see if there's a timestamp on here, because I know it happened today, but it doesn't give me a time. Oh, I guess it does. This actually came out at 10:04 this morning, which means this has actually been going on for a bit. A group of 6 Democratic House members introduced articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump on Wednesday, claiming the president has violated federal law, the public trust, and should be charged with high crimes and misdemeanors. So is he going to be charged with both? I always thought it was, one or the other was okay. Kind of odd if they're going for both. Democratic Rep. Steve Cohen of Tennessee, Luis Gutierrez of Illinois, Al Green of Texas. Texas? Really? Adriano Espaillat of New York introduced 5 articles of impeachment at a press conference at the Capitol Wednesday. The articles have 2 more co-sponsors, Reps. Marcia Fudge of Ohio and John Yamath of Kentucky. The congressmen, shouldn't that be Congress people? Just saying, a couple of them are girls. You guys are using the wrong gender pronouns. If this was California, you might go to jail. List a number of charges against the president, including obstruction of justice, a violation of the Constitution's foreign emoluments clause. I never can really say that word right. A violation of the Constitution's domestic emoluments clause, and undermining the federal judiciary process, and undermining the press. The articles focus primarily on Trump's handling of the termination of former FBI Director James Comey and potential conflicts of interest with Trump's businesses and properties while he served as president. Cohen said they are simply calling for the House to begin hearings on the articles. We believe that President Trump has violated the Constitution, and we've introduced 5 articles of impeachment. Cohen, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Subcommittee on the Constitution and Civil Justice, said Wednesday. The Tennessee congressman also said there are at least a dozen other members who are close to joining them in calling for Trump's impeachment. Cohen said that House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, a.k.a. Jurassic-era Barbie, understands why they are bringing forth the articles, even though she does not agree. Pelosi said in early November that she thought impeachment is not someplace that I think we should go, and the Democrats should be focusing first and foremost on trying to unify the nation. Republicans are currently focused on pushing tax reform through Congress before the clock runs out on the 2017 legislative calendar. House Democrats lack a positive message and are completely unwilling to work across the aisle, so instead, they've decided to support a baseless, radical effort that the vast majority of Americans disagree with. Republicans are focused on issues the middle class actually cares about, like cutting taxes and growing the economy. Michael Ahrens, a spokesman for the Republican National Committee, said in a statement to the Daily Caller News Foundation. So that's basically the article in its entirety. This is actually from the Daily Caller. So it looks like they're trying it again, folks. This guy, I swear, they've had more articles of impeachment brought up against this guy in 1 year. I mean, is it just because he's ticking off both sides? I mean, because this doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, I don't know what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Now, I have to tell you from my personal perspective, I think Pence would probably be a more effective president than Trump. So I don't really have any skin in the game when it comes to the impeachment, other than impeachment attempts, other than the fact that it seems to make the Democrats look really, really foolish because they keep trying to do it. It hasn't worked yet. I don't think it's going to work now. I mean, there are no high crimes. I know what it is that they're going after, and I know what they're trying to say, but he is still, whether we like it or not, followed the letter of the law when it comes to the emoluments clauses. We don't like how he did it because he didn't do it like every other president, and he didn't do the blind trust, but he still divested. Now, if I'm wrong, then we'll be proven wrong. But as far as from some folks that I know that are smarter than me when it comes to this type of thing, they're telling me that he's followed the letter of the law when it comes to that, or it would have already come to this months ago. This is the Democrats trying. I mean, they've lost everybody. We played the Saturday Night Live clip from this last night, all 5 minutes of it, where SNL was roasting the entire Democratic Party. They have lost everybody. This is a chance for because Nancy Pelosi just said it. The Democrats should be focusing on unifying the nation. That's what these folks think they're trying to do, because there are disaffected Republicans, there are disaffected Democrats, disaffected independents, all of which don't like Trump. So they're thinking if they can take the shot that takes him down, they're going to have their attention for 2018. I don't think they're going to get there. I think it's a waste of time. I think it'll wind up being yet another waste of taxpayer money. But I've been proven wrong before. The problem with all of this, all the way back to the Mueller investigation, I'm sorry, I guess his name is actually supposed to be pronounced Mueller. I've heard people pronounce it both ways, so I'm not sure which one's correct. But anytime anybody says his name, the first thing I think of is the dude from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Mueller. Ben Stein, giant drones on monotone. Some people have actually accused me of that before. I'm like, do you actually even listen to the show? I don't do monotone. Most of the time I'm screaming. But so neither here nor there. So again, I guess we'll see. I guess they're trying again. This is the 900th time they've tried to impeach him since November 9th. So I guess we'll see what happens. All right, so we're up against a break. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Back to start closing out the show here in just about 3.
And now I'm calling your bluff. Black hoods and no faces. We'll take it out to the streets. That's where we can meet. You bring your sticks.
My son was in the Army back during Desert Storm, but even then he wanted an MBA. He looked at a dozen schools, but only one offered the online education and flexibility he needed while he was in a tent in Iraq. Grantham University. Turns out that Grantham's been delivering affordable, relevant college and advanced degrees for over 65 years. Heck, if they can deliver a quality education to a soldier in a tent overseas, think about the flexibility Grantham can offer you so you can earn your degree too. It doesn't matter how complicated or full your life is. If getting a degree is on your bucket list, you'll want to do what my son did. You'll want to call Grantham. Find out how easy it is to get started on your education so you can check that college degree off your bucket list. Call Grantham right now. 800-910-1370. That's 800-910-1370. Flexible, affordable, relevant. Call 800-910-1370.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-783-0810 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-783-0810. Again, that's 800-783-0810.
All right, welcome back, folks. This is America Off the Rails. I'm your host, Rick Robinson. Well, we've come to just about that time, so I want to remind folks of the ways that you can keep up with the show here. So there's several different ways you can do that. If you prefer iHeart, you can actually go to the iHeartRadio app, search America Off the Rails, pull it up, click Save to Favorites, and it'll actually post it right there. For all of KLRN Radio now, there's actually a KLRN Radio iTunes provider page. So all you have to do now is search KLRN Radio on iTunes. Everything that we've put out will be there. You'll still have to go into each individual podcast that you want to follow along with and subscribe to, but it is a really quick, easy way to find things. Also, you can follow along on Spreaker, the podcasting website that we've been using now for a while as well. So you can go to Spreaker, search KLRN Radio, or search for your individual shows. Make sure you're following along there. You'll get updates there when the shows go live or when new content drops for the stuff that typically we have some stuff that drops as podcast only, so not all of it is streaming. So make sure you're following along there so you can get updates. Also, you can go to the KLRNradio.com website. You can find the individual show pages. For the ones that are actually KLRN Radio exclusives, those are under the Our Show page. So look for the graphics of your favorite shows there. Click on them, and it'll take you to the landing page for that specific show. There's actually a calendar widget there, so you can actually basically get a notification in your calendar each time a show should be going. It's set to the station clock, so it's not always guaranteed that it's going to be right at that time. I'm actually being razzed by folks lately because we're actually moving towards a more sophisticated system here, and they're like, you're going to miss like the last 5 minutes of your own shows because you always start so late. We're like, but it'll be different then because the commercials will already be playing from the server while I'm spinning up my stuff. So even though it's like I'm late, I'm really not, because I won't be having to play all the commercials and stuff at the very beginning. But anyway, so, enough shop talk. And again, we're just kind of recap for those of you that may have tuned in late. You're not sure what we've been talking about most of the night, so this is what you missed. We spent the first half of the show talking about the Roy Moore situation and why the rush to judgment, not really for the public, because we all do that. We all form our own opinions. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But for folks that are like the actual media, like ABC, NBC, CBS, that are like, this man should never be allowed to have a platform, and now Media Matters is all over Sean Hannity. The sitting Attorney General of the United States basically stuck his foot in his mouth and said, I have no reason to not believe these women. So now if Roy Moore is elected at some point, he will likely have to start an investigation because he said he doesn't have any reason not to believe the people that are accusing him. And then, of course, we played the most recent parody for the Third Rail Ramblers, fresh off the presses today. Actually, I just got it earlier today. Actually, Grouchy and I were listening to it between commercials and laughing, and it was just funny. So if you missed it, make sure you catch the replay for the show when it posts. It'll be right in there, too. Of course, it's all about my favorite mental midget of the North, Kim Jong-un. And, so really great parody. And then, of course, we talked about these articles of impeachment that have basically now been all over the news for today. So the Democrats are actually trying it again. Oddly enough, I guess they're just not going to quit until they find a way to get it right. And what concerns me is, much like with Bill Clinton, at some point they may actually manage to get it right because, he went down for something much less imperative than what it was that they were initially looking at him for. So the more they dig, the more likely they are to get lucky, which is one reason why I never have been very happy with this broad spectrum approach using Mueller, or whatever, however you want to pronounce his name. Anyway, we are officially out of time, folks. I want to thank you for taking the time to tune in with us, whether you do it live, streaming, Memorex podcast, however you listen. I want to thank you for taking the time to do so. I am Rick Robinson. We'll be back with you live tomorrow night right here on KLRNradio.com. Tomorrow night, I do believe my Thursday co-host is coming back with me. I will be on hiatus probably, I know for at least this week for Robinson and Wright. I don't know if there will be a playoff game next week and for this Thanksgiving. And honestly, depending on the results of this week, I'm not sure if we'll be in the playoffs next week. But I'm pretty sure we probably will be. We have a pretty strong team this year. So I may actually be out for a couple of weeks. We're actually working on trying to get a fill-in, so we'll let you know how that goes. But on that note, folks, I am officially out of time and running a bit long. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to tune in. And if you want to follow along on Twitter, which is the easiest way to keep up with me, you can do so by following at Radio Host Rick. I'm out, folks. Take care. God bless. Have a good night. And in the words of Billis Preston Esquire, be excellent to each other.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Meals shared in a Southern kitchen always bring friends and family together. Celebrate the South's special traditions through stories, recipes, and products at SouthernKitchen.com. Visit SouthernKitchen.com today and save up to 20% plus free shipping. That's SouthernKitchen.com.